Alright. The Western Isles begin now. In the Western Isles, if there's something that you really need to have a good time in the Western Isles, is swords. This is the land of access, so wielding a sword basically means you have weapon advantage almost always. I'm just going to lead with, you know, a bunch of cavalry with swords, and I'm actually going to get my lance promotion into a paladin. I know it's a sort of early promotion, you know, level 13, but I don't see another good candidate for the Nightcrest. Wendy is going to take a while until she's viable for promotion, because you have to be at least level 10. By that time we should be in chapter 15, where I get another one. This one, yeah, this one is going to ignore Marcus, and the next one probably will too. No, is here just to rescue, well, in sort of to rescue, to recruit Fear. Not that it really matters, because training Fear, I mean, could happen, but considering how well we are doing with our sword users already, I think it's a bit unnecessary. Okay, oh, that's a one-shot? That's a crit. Got scared a little bit there. I didn't think I was at risk of being critted, but okay. By the way, it's important also to advance Merlinus quite a lot, if I can, because I have some gems to sell and I would like to go there, do exactly that. Perfect. Alan could technically be deployed in the far-off future, maybe. Also, he's not that far away from... he's level 10 already. I'm going to do a torch. Torches are focused on the character that that uses them. You can't place the torch around you like you do in FE7. Like, I can't cast torch in there or in there. I still get a pretty general idea of what's there, and I have to say, seems like once again swords are the key to deal with these enemies. Go for a steel sword ×2, and then the merc I can just kill with lances. As the first level of Dick as a hero is a strength. Okay. Not a great level, but it's the one thing... oh, I could give you the Durandal already? Wow. It's the one thing he was lacking during his levels as a merc, so... you know, that balances his stat line a bit more. Okay, I see Fear. Don't know if Noah is close enough. He might be. He was very high in there. No, I think he definitely is. Oh yes, he is. Okay. Talk. Recruit Fear. No rescuing after that, okay. I could go for the Wadao in there, I don't know if I want that. I get you a bit to the center, I actually get the support. Lilina! Roy? What's the matter? You were looking off into space again. We're in a battle, you could get killed. I'm sorry. What's wrong? It's just that we've come a long way. Long? Not distance-wise. It's just that everything seems to be changing so quickly. You remember the time when you came to Ostia to study? Of course, 2 years. Wait, was it 3 years ago? At that time, your father and my father were still one. Lisa was still so peaceful. No one would have imagined a war. It all seemed as if it were 10 years ago. Lilina, it sounds so foolish. There's no way we can go back there anyway. Okay, that's B support already. I'm supporting Marcus here, so that should prove to be good. I think I'm just... Yeah, I'm going in with Dick, taking care of this guy. And alright, so Marcus is waiting and no one should die. I see Shin. Too far away for me to talk with Sue, I'm pretty sure, because isn't there like a forest in the middle? No, I'm standing on the forest. I might be able to get to him and then he can rescue Sue and move full movement. Oh, nice. Okay. This wasn't even that planned, but I take you and you take me back. At some point I'm going to miss the thunders, but I'd rather start using thunder now. Not, you know, break all my fires. That wasn't great as a level, but I'll take it, I guess. Okay, and we just go for an Iron Lance. Could potentially take the kill with the Light Ranth, if it's sort of accurate. And it's a level 4 Marcus. Please don't be just HP. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, he's making this a challenge. I will admit his levels have been worse than I expected. Yes, and then I can rescue easily from the left of Fanny. Okay. Hit 2 74s. Now, Wendy. It's a 59. Okay. I mean, yeah, that could be expected. Okay, 2 enemies in a row against Roy. Yeah, this was the danger. But as long as this guy doesn't double, yeah, that's okay. I guess, yeah, the Thunder has weapon advantage against the Light Brand. I should remember that, because when the Light Brand is at range, it's considered to be a light type weapon. So that means disadvantage against Anima, advantage against Dark, only 8. Okay, don't crit. Well, if you crit, it actually doesn't matter. No, it didn't because you double. If he were to crit, there could be a second archer coming. Okay, Wendy now doesn't reach anything. Perfect. I feel like training Sue this time because Shin was almost the best unit I had in my previous run of FE6. So I want to do a bit of a different team composition. And that's strength. So already 913. Okay. That's looking much more similar. Of course, the difference in level does mean that Shin has technically more room to grow and he's technically better at this point, but I don't. I have multiple options here. I could go into the offensive and just go in with Astor also, but I don't think I'll go for that. That's a much better level. That compensates the previous one. 10 magic already. I like what I'm seeing. Yeah, I could go for that. I don't think there's a point to it. Support with Marcus, right? No, with Lance. Just remember, you have a Lance support that I should be avoiding, because it's very bad for me if that happens. Because Marcus doesn't actually get his, you know, his full cup of thingies. I'll have to sacrifice Lance to get the Roy support, and then Marcus doesn't get any support. That's 14, please don't double me, okay. So we sort of lost... No, that's actually perfect. Because that guy is completely isolated now, so all I have to do is something like this, right? I think it has to be this. Take the kill with Lilina, because Roy only does 10. And then it'll have to be fire, because I need this to be accurate. And then I'll have to advance. Lance, I think Lance can one round the mages, right? No, not at all. But Lance can break his lance. No pun intended. And then he's wielding a sword. Oh, come on. Really? It was going to work so well because if there's any... Well, doesn't matter, I guess. Let's check upon. And watch there. Really want to get to the village as soon as possible. I'm starting to get afraid that there might be enemies going for it soon. That's very nice. I can fit that kill to someone. Okay, yeah, it's a Marcus kill. I just need to advance urgently, so... And I mean, feeding kills to Marcus is, you know, part of the point of the series. So starting to get a more or less balanced amount of experience. The stats are just starting to fall off a bit, but it doesn't matter. Okay, Wendy, I guess yes, try to scrap some experience by hitting the javelin. You wouldn't. Well, I guess that makes it better, like she wasn't going to hit anyways. No one else can attack from there, so... Noah takes it! Noah getting more experience in this map than Wendy, for now. I need to take a vulnerary with Marcus, so you will activate it. Support. Sir Marcus. Yes, Lance. You said before that I had something that the other knights do not. That I did. However, I cannot say what that something is. I am but an ordinary knight. I think you see more in me than there actually is. I think not. But I was in a different band of knights up until recently, so I have no idea what I can do for Master Roy. There, you have it. Huh? You have experience in other areas, the others do not. Oh. Master Roy will take Ferre's throne in the future. And if only Ferrans are around him, he will grow to be a person with limited views. We need someone like you who knows about other parts of the world. Will my experience be of use? You must make it so. Master Roy must grow to be an individual with diverse beliefs. Okay. I mean, you can go there. There's no risk. Okay. Okay. I see them. I see them. I know them well. They have hand axes and they are very good for training fear if you want to train fear. Okay, and doubling here, I don't actually kill. This is still I mean, guy is doing yes a lot of damage to me. And yeah, I know Dick isn't like the most accurate character ever, but even so, I'm surprised. Maybe I should get Clarín closer. Has to be this. Okay, 31%. Obviously, this isn't going to hit. And if you do 5, then I expect you to do, you know, obviously. You reach. Well, once again, Noah saves the day. The amount of residual Wendy kills that Noah is getting is just crazy, but alright. And you can try and do this. Yeah, okay. Get the crit. Perfect, that works. That works. I mean, if I don't plan to use Root Her or Fear, then that was always going to go to waste anyway, because it's Merms only. Ceres basically belongs to the pirates, they just steal from us. Resistance is useless, they can do whatever they want and fight against them. A silver sword. Okay. That might be the damage upgrade that Marcus needs, to be honest. I'm going to lock in the house. Left house. Pretty sure. Bow? Bow. Yeah, we're going a route. I've thought about it, like it's not a sudden decision, but I really do think that a route is the best option if I want to use Gonzalez, and yes, that is the case. So now you should advance here, and then I can attack you on normal terrain with Wendy, which is just the idea here. Oh, you crossed the water. Obviously, I completely slipped my mind that you can do that. Okay. All right, that was stupid. And here the idea is I distract the pirates. And I have to, I have to attract you and I have to basically kill you and the archer. From that point on, we should be more or less okay. Right, maybe Astor was closer than I realized. Yeah, so now it's once again, you come here and Wendy can attack. Right? And Wendy doesn't even have to... Yeah, of course you hit now. Of course you hit now. And Wendy doesn't even have to worry that much because this guy doesn't move, so yeah. So I'll trade you the sword and go with a lance. This is like the biggest brain strategies I can imagine, and they still guarantee nothing. But, well... Yeah, and then I go here, I trade you the sword for weapon advantage against everything, and I go for the fire. We finally take care of one of the two enemies that doesn't have weapon disadvantage against swords. And we rescue Lillian out. We just got a bit more magic. So that's nice. I'd rather it's Roy here, because that's the one relevant support for Marcus. What we're getting out of this is a lot of sword rank for Marcus. We'll probably have to buy some weapons after this, but Marcus is definitely getting to S rank. Meaning I could go for Durandal Marcus pretty immediately, also that's a very unfortunate miss, 95% with 2 RN. Has to be higher than 99% loss. But, well, yet another Lilina kill. If I can do it, I will. That's level 10 already, right? No, level 9, level 9. With more magic, bit of luck. The speed is, as I remembered, a bit iffy, especially the base is very bad. It's not like your growth is horrible, I think it's a 30. But you have like a base 4, base 5. And yeah, she's never going to get tanky. Defense is going to be bad forever. Resistance can be decent, however, so I'm glad she's getting a decent amount of HP. Okay, level 4 lance. What do you get? Okay. Alright, I get it. Paladins only get HP. That's the thing, right? It's not a Marcus thing. That's the idea. Now that you promoted, you're going to get the same levels. This lance is absolutely cursed. I'm glad he's not trying to upstage Marcus or anything. It's just his stats are a fucking joke. Alright, I'm going to use the torch here actually. I just want to see if there's anything bad we've seen before. Lack and okay. Doesn't look like there's any other enemy. I almost want to do something different, you know, for the sake of variety or to feel like I have more options, but no, this is the best strategy I have. Just waiting. At least, seems like reinforcements stop, maybe? Get hit by one of the 22s. But if it's only one, I can just use a vulnerary and I should be okay. And I'm actually going to get a level on Marcus now. So please, where's the average Marcus? Because technically average Marcus, I'm already below in strength, I was told. And I'm guessing I'm below in some other areas now. That's not much better than just HP. Anyways, there's only 2 of them now, right? Yeah, so I can just rush. Finally, victory music. Can I get this but without like the risk? I probably can. I can. Goodbye. Kill for Lilina. And I could feed a kill to Astor, maybe. Or once. It's level 10. I mean, it's not in a rush because when he gets to a certain point, he just caps. But yeah, his offensive stats are actually close to Lance. Like, much closer than I thought. Maybe he would appreciate a bit of experience for once. I don't need to give everything to Marcus, and Roy has already moved. So yeah, that's a level 4 Astor, level 11. A bit of speed. Keeps you relevant. 16 speed is pretty nice. That's the biggest difference between Lance and Marcus right now. 17 speed, as much as it's a bit overkill at this point, it's going to start being very nice very soon. Oh, I forget. The right idea is to do it like this. You stand at range and you force the enemy to equip a hand axe. And then you come in. So the fog didn't stop you after all, but you got a pretty bit up by now. I'll finish you off. Okay, and it's a low hit attack with not as much critical, and then I'm still in support range and I can just whoopity-doo. Watch me get a crit? Yes. Watch me get a crit? Yes, to wonder if I can do this with another character, even though the hand axe probably kills them. And that character is Sue. I'm thinking about Sue. It's probably not worth it, right? I can release. I can release, force him to go for you again and finish with the steel sword. That's enough. And the Roy, you get a cap. Okay, you two have a support together actually that I don't know if happened, but... Well. Rescue Roy. Go ahead. Yeah, you can make it in time. In time for what? Like, there's really not a rush here. Well, I got everything, and I actually got some good training on Dick, Marcus, Lance, so... It's not a wasted map, but it did feel like it went on for longer than it had to be. Okay. Get out, Scott. This guy is like... I think Dory is more dangerous for the point in the story where he is than Scott in here. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's because Dick is a lot tankier than Rutger normally is. I feel like with Rutger you do have the opportunity of... Not the opportunity. He has a chance of one-shotting you. But yeah, Roy can rescue now. There's no support in there. No support in there. Even though it doesn't really matter, I thought it could be cool. And yeah, no support in there. Okay, so that's the end. We took the village. By the way, the right village closes when you take the left one, meaning we're going the A route. Yeah. No support. I mean, I don't know why I'm grinding this support. I'm probably not deploying Shin ever again. And that was good. Good enough, at least. Alright. Now, one of the main reasons I generally prefer A route, aside from Echidna, basically, is that I really think that 10A is the easiest out of the 4 chapters you get in this split. So, as long as you have a strong sword unit like Dick, in my case, you can basically just standing here with weapon advantage and not be too afraid of anything that comes. In this chapter we get 2 recruitments too, and very similar in terms of class. pirate and bandit, both promoted to berserker, but very different in terms of performance. While one of the first guys, Geese, is supposed to be like a more reliable berserker that always comes, you know, ready for promo. That wasn't great, but skill is getting very overkill, which I appreciate because hit rates can be a complicated matter in this game. There's a Wendy kill. 7 damage with a lance. I should be able to do that with a javelin, please. Then here I get doubled probably for 11 damage. Yes. Okay, Ballista could kill me. Ballista could kill me. Oh, come on! What the fuck is up with the cavalry? What's that? Okay, he actually took the bait. He went for Astol. I think that's a stupid choice because I mean it's same defense, right? 7 defense, but maybe less total HP. I don't know the AI for archer targeting. Actually riding up, yeah, to get killed by Clarin as soon as possible. Ballista in this game are immobile, unlike in FE7, FE8. They do have animations, which removing animations from FE6 is a decision I will never understand. I can only venture that it... Okay, that's a potential Wendy kill once again. No. Should I reset for Astol? I mean, Astol of all people isn't essential. Okay. So... yeah, it's a 39% on the halberd. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to reset. Fuck you. It was also 2 HP only levels. Even if it's for characters I don't particularly mean to use, like Shin and Allen, that's yes, reason enough to reset. So let's do that. I think they might go for Dick. Yes, because he doesn't counter, but I can try, you know. I get the feeling I'm going to miss with 1D2. It's so obvious. That's... What can you even say at this point? Like the 4 last levels we've seen are yes HP. Oh, you did go for Sue. Well, I'm aiming for a crit here, but I don't even double. Okay. I tried. I thought it might make, you know, things a bit easier. I think this works. Works for me, at least. I'm rescue dropping now, but because she can't take... Wow, she's getting great levels. She's getting great levels. She might be, you know, objectively speaking worse than Shin, but because of bases. Sure, but she's really trying, and I appreciate that. It's actually higher chance of hitting the Merc. Not that it matters. Because Wendy's blind as a bat. Okay. I'm going to let this guy stay alive. And I'm going to check. Please get something. Alright. I'll take it. It's my favorite thing in the world to see, but I'll take it. No weapon advantage needed either. I need the damage. And I think draining access is also a good idea, so... let's go with this. Iron Axe. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, I see a pirate. Very valuable experience for a lot of characters to kill, and yet I can't give it to Wendy because, you know, Oh, the guy stood on the bridge. That's perfect for Wendy. I just have to loop around with someone. That's Geese, by the way. Green unit Geese standing right there, meaning not a whoa. Might have to rescue you out. Green unit. I'm pretty sure I have to do it with Roy. So, okay, something like this. Yeah, we talk, and we have Geese. Main game is the Brave Axe. Geese himself isn't that good. I could consider training him because I'm trying to, attempt a different set of units, but not in the case of Geese, right? After all, that's perfect. After all, he's just such a berserker promo oriented guy. Like, getting the promo is his only focus. So I would need another hero crest for that, because they do promote with the hero crest. That's a halberd, by the way. Okay, so I can't. Guess I'll have to do it with Dick. This time I can go up, resume support, and then I'll go here, do nothing, and you can use the Slim Lance because I want to give you multiple attacks, because that's more experience. It's optimized gain of experience, okay? With Geese being recruited, the one thing now is to save the village. As long as I can manage... Oh, that halberd is not a new halberd. It's the halberd from before, of course. He has run away because he didn't have enough health. Well, that's the kill for Wendy. And that's a level. Please, please. Alright, alright. Now we are talking. 4 stats, more lag. Defense actually getting to a decent point. Speed consistently rising, which means not a lot yet, but when you get to 10 speed or so, it's going to actually be very nice. Oh, that's very good. Very good use of the Steel Blade. Flux is going to hurt if it hits, but that's beside the point. Alright. That happens. I think it's slightly more important to heal Lance than Geese at this point, because Lance might have to advance into enemy ranks on the next turn. I need to be very aggressive about getting this village. I don't know how important it is. I don't remember at the moment, but if I want to get it, I need to be aggressive. And here comes Gonzalez, by the way. He's the one in the bottom, right? Yeah, because he's going for the village. Gonzalez is actually the guy going for the village. Okay. Alright, there was a bit of critical there, but not a lot of hit. So, we are fine. I didn't pay a lot of attention to the ballista. But if my calculations are correct, Dick is still out of ballista range. Honestly, having a flyer would be really cool in here, because Gonzalez is just going to cross this river now and head for the village. Lilina is the one unit that can recruit him. Okay, I more or less have an idea about what I want to do. Now, I do have one unit that can cross rivers, and that's Geese. Right? So, well, first of all, I guess that means Karen is in a good position, so my way of healing you is this. I have to rescue and drop Geese as close to the village as possible to go through the river on the next turn, and take Lilina with someone so that I can give Lilina to Geese on the next turn and then walk. Right? If Geese is here, that's ideal. Meaning something like this is perfectly fine, right? No way of reaching either, even with 2 range. So Geese is there, and now I need to pass Lilina into Geese on the next turn, and then he'll be able to cross the river and release her, and she'll be able to talk to Gonzalez in time. That's the way you do this. Maybe you could try to do this with like a pre-promoted general. That's another pretty bad level. Why are you doing this to me, Dick? Why are you doing this to me? Your levels were incredible before I gave you the promo. Once I decided to invest the promo item in you, then you start failing me. Why? Well, I'm going to give. And then I'm going to... Yeah, this is going to go exactly as I said. Meaning Lilina is completely safe. If I do it this way. I can visit the village, we can talk to Gonzalez. I can actually wait until Gonzalez is closer, so that talking and visiting can be done on the same turn, and he still prioritizes getting the village. You understand? Yeah, I can't do it with that. Has to be you. And if all fails, I can rescue everyone and kill with Astul. I mean, when there's a 61... Yeah, okay. You're starting to realize either you get these kills or I'm benching you, so... Yeah, you better shape up. Gonzalez, just go up to the village and I think I can talk to you. That was full movement, thankfully. Imagine if he goes for like less than full movement, because sometimes they do that. Bandits can do weird things when they are going for a village. If I don't get a crit, that's actually like a good chance to give Wendy something. Oh, Navalista going for Dick. That's like you only have 1 use left, right? Yeah, 1 use left. Perfect. Oh, thank God. Gonzalez is here. Yeah, I mean, with those bases, I don't have to justify myself for going this route, right? 17 strength and 11 speed at level 5 Brigand is crazy. You shouldn't, because he's level 5, you shouldn't go for like, I'm trying to get this guy up to level 20, because then you're never going to promote him. He's pretty low level for this point in the game, but yeah, just give him some good levels, and then yes, a sort of early promo like level 14, 15, and he should be okay. His growth focus mostly on strength and speed. With those bases, you can imagine he very easily caps strength and gets to a good level of speed that with the promo gets even better. Constitution is so high that he can wield almost every weapon without being penalized. The Devil Axe isn't one of them, but the Devil Axe is a horrible weapon in general. And I get a Sword River, by the way. Okay, those are actually fine enough weapons to get to Gonzalez. Rivax is B rank 2. True. That's the one selling point for Geese, by the way, in my opinion. B rank starting access, it's actually not bad at all. Alright, now it's almost as if the map is empty in the middle, and I have to reach the bottom side while the, you know, the upper one keeps spawning pirates. It's fine. Those pirates mean a lot of experience, like continuously coming, so I'm actually really okay with that. And you might realize that the ballista isn't moving, so obviously I'm going to try and get some experience out of it. And there's a unit that needs all the experience she can get. That's a level 4 Roy. I'm like level 7? No, level 10. Easy. His levels have been... well, pathetic. But... no, yeah, that's really all there is to it. No buts. He's just horrible. I can do this. It is sweet, please step back. Not waste to linger around the fort. This is a battlefield, I have to go up in the front to fight. I will do fighting. Must think of your safety. My archery skills have gotten much better than before. Sure, I can be of help. I've ordered from the Silver World to keep you safe. I will not allow you to put yourself in danger. I will do as you say. Thank you. Sound like Grandpa? Of course, the Silver Wolf is whom I respect the most. Okay, bro. Yeah, I thought... oh, that's an equipable hand-axe, but not currently equipped. Can you... no, you can't. Ah, that's a shame. You're really close. Okay, how about this? Okay, I'm going to start with this. Nice dodge, nice dodge. I want to attract the other guy. I think he's going to stand on the fort for a while. But Astor should be okay dodging like everything that comes. I have another sword, by the way, so weapon advantage is still there. And then I'll take the kill with Sue. By the way, there's a support I should be building, I talked about, and that's Lilina Wendy. Would be helpful for Wendy to actually have some supports. Yeah, they keep coming, they keep coming. But I can now focus on the bottom side. Alright, this guy that gets doubled, I guess, is the poison axe. The poison axe was light enough for them to not lose speed, but these weapons are a bit heavier. Now I think Astol is able to reach a fort if I can just get the enemies out of the way. Oh, great. Okay, Gonzalez. Okay, the steel axe weights you down, and 11 speed is enough. Can you get to the fort? Yes, you can. Meaning I can reduce the amount of enemies to just probably the hand axe, because they'd rather equip the hand axe. Against Gonzalez, he can't counter after all. Or counter, for that matter. I want to get the kill. 93, 92. Nice. Okay, I'll have to do some rescue dropping, but Lilina has been doing a lot of talking around with people, her getting a level, which by the way is, once again, a magic level, is great. I might just promote her when she caps magic. Like, use that as a reference to maximize magic range, you know. That way I can also start working a bit on the staff rank. Okay. Gonzalez is not that tanky, by the way. He has a decent defense level, but mostly his tankiness comes from HP. Yeah, there's the defense, actually. It's like 25%, 30%, which in this game is okay. Yeah. So while you keep trying this against an static archer that can't actually attack, and by the way, that gives you a level with skill and luck. You're very lucky, yes. That's cool. Well, I'll keep trying with this, by the way. I finally get the kill with Wendy. Is that going to be half a level? Almost. Okay. Build support. I didn't... like, the only support you're building is Roy. You really have no other... because your other supports are like, what? Astol himself... Marcus, which I'm not getting. Cecilia, Gonzalez, that I said I wasn't aiming for, so yeah, let's try and give it to Wendy. Wendy needs support. You have Darkness, it's a defensive support, would also be cool. Alright, boss then. Dick, Okay. I mean, there's accuracy. Lance, I'm guessing, can probably double. Yes, pretty reliably. Marcus himself doesn't double. Doesn't double, but it's probably the tankiest against him. Not that that's very useful. Lance is not going to... Allen is not going to do anything, so he might as well just remain there for support. Honestly, I like this as a start. You know, you attack me first, then I do the Steel Blade. Okay, a miss, and a miss. Well, that's disappointing. But I guess that's the thing with fighting bosses on thrones. Clarin keeps getting experience. It's not a loss. That's a miss again. That's the important thing. Only 38 against Lance is pretty good. That's like the main point here. And I hit both of my Steel Blades now. Okay. Don't hit now. He did hit. Yeah, so that's the problem here. Now this guy healed fully. I mean, the experience gain is there. I could get something. I actually got a strength on Lance. Lance is finally Marcus' strength. After promo on level 3, it's finally Marcus' strength. And speed is crazy. Like, he's honestly better than Marcus at this point. HP is much lower. Resistance is not that good, so I guess there's a debate to be had. But because of growths and everything, obviously he's just better on the long run. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's a crit. I just need to hit the second one now. Alright, thank you, Lance. Because this was starting to get... started getting a bit too, you know, distasteful. And that's another strength level with a bit of resistance too, with more speed. I like what I'm seeing. Finally, Lance, you're pulling out the good stuff. Yeah, so it's still not happening, but I probably built up towards getting a support in the future. So that's good enough for Wendy. Wendy actually got some good gains. Maybe it doesn't show in her stat line that much, but she's working to promotion. Now I'm pretty confident I can get her to level 10 before chapter 15. Actually, probably a while earlier. Probably I can get her to level 10 at chapter 13. Right? Which is the big bridges chapter. And yeah, from that point on, things should be easier. I'm not planning to promote her as early as I can, but maybe a bit of an early promo because she does need some stats to get going. And I think having a secondary type of weapon might also be helpful in case she has to fight an axe. Maybe using an axe of her own would be good. We conquer. Oh, and we get the Worm Slayer. That's true. That's true. That's going to be helpful in chapter 12. Well, as I've said many times, FE6 is my favorite Fire Emblem, and out of all the chapters in FE6, if I had to choose one that I like the most, it would be chapter 11A. Chapter 11A is just so good. Okay. First of all, you get to experience the flexibility of having a dancer for the first time. There's millions of side objectives. There's all the villages with a time-sensitive objective, you know, being the fact that they can get destroyed by the bandits coming out from here. There's also Echidna coming out of this house. I think it's this house. So you might want to distract some of these enemies before that happens. These enemies are pretty strong, by the way. 19 strength, 18 strength, I'm pretty sure not all fighters are as strong. Yeah, those are especially dangerous because they are the ones that are supposed to fight Echidna. Oro himself is actually sort of scary, so defeating him is not that easy. There's going to be 2 different groups of NPC units and also reinforcements coming from the back with a mid-boss. There's a lot happening, as you can see. I've picked up some tricks with time. One I really like to do is this. I'm actually going to make sure I equip your hand axe, and then I will take and release. Having a unit, you know, a unit that's reliable against bandits cross the wall as soon as possible is a very good idea, in my opinion, and I think in everyone else's too. Okay, you can go there, meaning it would be a bit dangerous. Yeah, just making sure, even though I was pretty accurate with my starting moves. As much as you play your starting moves correctly, this map can still fuck you up, so yeah. I might tend to double check things a bit too much, but I think it's justified. Okay, starting moves are almost perfect. This is Millenia and Gale, making a story relevant apparition, but not a very important one in terms of gameplay. They just leave immediately. Okay, Gonzalez doubling back this Stilax, taking heavy damage, but you know, training is training. And Marcus probably doubling because this is a Stilax for 10 damage, so it leaves you at 18. I'd rather kill with a unit in the back so that Marcus can advance a lot and focus on getting villages. Okay, this is only 16 damage. Oh yeah, because you are in a... That makes sense. Okay. Okay, Astol might not be like the most relevant unit ever, but I like him here because he has the weapon advantage against a lot of enemies, and sometimes I'm doing too much damage. So for example, to be able to set up kills for Wendy, this is still something I haven't given up on. Nice, level 8? Very close, very close. Close to 8, right? To 8. Alright. That's what I wanted to happen. When they become aggressive, I think it's a 2-move AI, they will work in the general direction of Dick, which obviously benefits me. Because that means Echidna has an easier time, and the rest of my units have an easier time just working off that path. You can use the forest on the upper right of Dick's current position to your advantage, but it doesn't work that well. Okay, don't double the flags. It's pretty light in this game. All magic is like sort of very light in FE6. In FE7 they sort of added a bit of weight to, you know, Hellfire, Fimbulveter. Either they did that or it just feels like it. I think I can afford to feed an archer to Wendy while doing all this. Can you... okay. I don't love that. I don't want to do it with an archer either because I'd counter. How about Roy? 14, then the Iron Blade is enough. It's a 79. I can play this. We're like turn 2 or 3. I can do this type of stuff. Okay. When it comes closer, you go here to block. And I guess Lance doesn't gain a lot of movement there, so low-key the archers and the flukes are like the biggest problems. Also, not having support, isn't ideal, but we'll get there. You know, we have some critical and it's not like they do damage. I just use up my weapons a bit more. Then, okay, as we planned. This should be just enough. Just enough to be able to get to the village and run away from you. It is. Is it? Or in bolt. Okay. Maybe a bit unnecessary. Probably going to be sold for money because I already have an Orient Bolt for Sue. And I should be getting another one if all of Klein's allied NPCs survive this turn. So, this map. So yeah. Killer Bow getting a crit. Yoi. Okay. Alright. I was very concerned about this guy, so I'll actually take it. Obviously, I'm not taking the flux because 20%, come on. But I really like being able to kill you early. And now I'm going to get an incredible level. Well, 20 speed, honestly, sort of crazy. This early, sort of crazy. Well, I'm going to throw you because I can. It might make my life slightly easier later. And then I'm going to dance. You don't have range, so Lalom is perfectly fine like this. I'd have to start, carrying units if I want them to advance a little bit more. And we visit this village and get the Axe River. Actually, a very, very good weapon. Yeah, I think I might just do something like this. Going here, hand axe. What's my priority? Visiting or... I'm going to start the turn by visiting probably, so I get the defense now. Okay, 11? No, 12. Pretty nice. I've got an idea. Yeah, this is calling up the... Oh, wait. I'm stupid. I didn't pay attention to this. That's Klein. Thankfully, no one else should be able to move there. Okay. It works pretty well. In my mind, I was advancing Clarin. I didn't quite remember why advancing Clarin was so important, but now I can get it. Advancing Clarin early is very important because you need to be able to recruit Klein. I'm in a perfect position now because even if that silver bow hurt a lot, a bit of a speed. Okay, 13 speed. It's not insane. I know I was just saying that, Dick having 20 is good for combat. 13 is obviously not crazy. But it's serviceable. Well, go here, talk, Klein joins, and all these units become green units. And this guy has a clear path to Clarin. This is a stupid move, maybe. You can take the village. I might actually want to do something like this, right? But you don't double. Holy shit, 23. Okay, how about... Yeah, 18 and 23. That's enough. Good dodge too. I need to, be very, very aggressive here. Almost anyone can take this village at this point now because, even if there's a bandit coming, Gonzalez can block the entrance. So I think Klein is about to just shoot you down. And then we're golden. Thane is the one that can lock her sister out of recruitment, right? So I don't want to do that. Recruiting Thea, even if she's not the craziest unit ever, is valuable just by virtue of giving you an Elysian whip. So okay, perfect. Those are the bandits. Okay. It's not ideal because I can see one of the villages being really in danger now, but I might be able to start moving Dick and maybe... It's incredible how many things can sound wrong when you say them like that. That guy is going for a hill. So the one on the top, the fighter on the top, is not going for the village. Lance is able to reach. Marcus, I'm not completely sure. No, actually Marcus is a bit higher, so it's Marcus that can reach. Right? No, they are exactly as close to each other. So Roy bandits are approaching from the mountains. Even though it's not our battle, we will go for them. You're a Stilax bandit, and this is exactly what I was talking about. While Gonzalez might not be able to take the place itself, he can, just standing here, tank the blow, counter the Stilax bandit, and then we are safe. Let's go for 9 times 2, which is 18, followed by 10 times 2, which is 20. That's perfectly enough damage to kill. Might be able to do a little bit more because Anima support gives a bit of strength, and you have a bit support. So we might be seeing 9 times 2 from Marcus. 10, actually. Yeah, I'm getting 2. Not... Oh, I was already doing 9, actually. I'm stupid. Okay. This gets the kill on the Brigand. The other guy isn't actually going for the village. He should be just going for the raid because he wants a bishop to heal him. Because he has healing AI. Okay. Wendy finishes her meal. As you can see, I'm really trying, okay? Close to level 9. The stats are starting to look human. You know, she doesn't look like a unmovable speck of shit anymore. So, okay. I mean, I really am trying. You're actually going to rescue Lilina. You have decent move. And, yeah, I just don't know what to do with Klein here. Okay, and finally I move Roy. Please don't appear. Well, Thea appears. That's okay. This guy actually went aggressive. Why? Was he able to see... Did they surround him? No. I don't know. Sometimes, even now, sometimes enemy AI surprises me, but that's fine. That's fine. I could try to counter... Speed is very good. I could try to counter the enemy cavalry that eventually comes here by placing Gonzo on a pig. That could be cool. I'm pretty sure they do appear here, and this is a bit risky for Astol, but it's also probably one of the least risky things he can get to do. Yes, they did appear there. Okay. Okay, now we have surrounded this entire area. There goes Echidna. Shouldn't be a problem for Dick. He's still pretty healthy. Come on. Fucking killer bow. Well, it's killing me. Yeah, okay. That distracts one of them. Might be another one coming for you, and actually hand axe. So that's good, because those are the range ones, and the Stilax might not be enough to kill the archers. I am a bit scared of the Pegasi coming so close that Klein's faction is able to kill there, but he didn't double, okay. They're going on the upper side, okay. I don't dislike that. If you have that, I can't really go for a kill. Your range isn't crazy. Can you get this one? No. No, because it's a bit too much, right? Yeah. What I can do is this. I know it's not ideal, but it's good enough, right? Okay, Okay, you can go there, you can go there. Yeah, they don't impede your movement, so getting out of there is actually sort of easy. Nice. Okay. Marcus takes you. That saves everyone. Dick is in danger now. There's no getting around it. Yeah, I can rescue with Thane, so I'm safe to do this with Klein. And I need to move Klein up, so there's really no other choice. With Thane or with you? Because there's really no one to heal now. Yeah, you can get the support building up. If there's a bandit coming now, that would fuck me up, but this is the cavalry reinforcement call. Alright, Dick did have some trouble here because he had to take the enemy's face on. But as long as I'm able to talk to Tate, it's done. That's Tate's, not Tate. Where is Tate? Which one of those is Tate? Problem is I can't dance and move Klein at the same... You know, I can't dance for Klein and talk to a kitten at the same time. Echidna takes care of the killer. That I really like. She doesn't have a lot of constitution, so rescuing her is probably easy. Okay, please be one of these. No, it's that one. Okay. Out of all these enemies, I think dancing for Klein and guaranteeing I get you is probably a better choice, right? Yeah. So I'm going to do it like this. Then I'll probably rescue Echidna with Sue and try and take the kills however I can. Almost flawless for now. It really shows that I've played GBA recently because I do a lot of rescue dropping that would just feel unnatural before to me, but yeah, I didn't even pay attention to you, but I'm guessing yeah, you're sort of trouble. Oh, wow. Crazy. Okay. I absolutely underestimated you there. Yeah, then without having moved Tate before. Oh, nice damage actually. Well, it's a longbow, so it gets you slowed down. My biggest gripe with Tate as a unit has always been weapon rank. I think she has decent starting stats, you know, 9 strength, 15 speed. It's probably better than Thane's offensive spread at this point. Level is a bit low, but you can get her to promo, it's not a big deal. But bro, D rank? D rank lances? You know, no... You're the second Pegasus, why can't I give you like an Axe River? It's a bit too low. Yeah, so I'll just be surrounding and here I'm going to do something like this. With 33 health and a sword being wielded, I should always be fine. And I just saw this guy has a longbow. Meaning this wasn't the way to go. Yeah, the longbow is going to be 15 power. Thaine might be dead. That or Tate's. Fuck. Okay. My mistake. I think there's nothing I can do here. Yeah, that's the cavalry. Please just miss the longbow shot or something. I'm begging you, I didn't realize. Fuck. Okay, we lose the Lysian Whip. Shouldn't matter. It's not like I'm planning to use a lot of flyers, and Melody was out of the question after all. But yeah, I mean, it was a reward. Free reward, and it was just the last turn to get this. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm obviously not resetting for that reason, so guess we don't get a perfect chapter. Might be able to get this. Perfect. Feeding a kill to Gonzalez. And we just have to rush to the boss. Easy enough, I think. Easy enough. Lance and Marcus are pretty good at doing that. Dick, Echidna are also basically thought out for that. Did I just move all my units? Bro, I can't be that stupid. I can't be that stupid. I apparently am. Well, spray. I mean, there's a lot of NPCs around. He might go for an NPC. But if he doesn't, this was the blunder of a millenia, because... No, please don't. Ah, fuck you. Fuck you. Alright. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're going Sakai. Celote is dead after all, so if I want to get the good ending, I have to go Sakai. That was decided a long time ago. Also, these guys started moving there because of the NPC Pegasus, which is pretty funny. Losing Thane is bad, but I already got Tate, and I think I talked about this, but I was planning on using Tate. Did everything that she was holding die? Like, because she had the Axe River, I think. No, she got the Axe River to the convoy the moment she got it. She had like the Guns Lance. That's the thing mostly, and maybe an Orion's Bolt. She was actually holding an Orion's Bolt, but I don't really need it because from this point on, every archer you get is a pre-promo. You know, Klein, Igrian, Dayan, I guess. So if I want to promote with an Orion's Bolt, I just need to promote Sue. And these guys are on their way to give me another Orion's Bolt. I don't really need it. I guess we are fine to continue, but that hurts. Because it was so avoidable. Okay, Glorian, take that and let's get us out of here. Speed Wings? Really now? Oh yeah, you get the Speed Wings on both sides. The thing you don't get. Yeah. The thing you don't get is the energy drop, the energy ring in this game. Okay then. Well. Storage, remove. And actually now it's like 15 speed, right? Oh, 15 speed. Okay. I really enjoy that. I mean, Dick is probably more useful against the boss. No, I actually think Sue might be more useful. Because he seems like a boss. Wow, an Angelic Rook? Okay, Marcus is getting everything today. That's plus 7 HP up to 55. It's going to make you tankier than anything. Didn't expect bandits there. I'm pretty sure they can't. No, they can. They can. But we're safe anyway. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they can't cross that type of mountain that easily. It's not easily, it's a single square. I should take this place. 66 is good. Okay. Yeah, he's on a pick. That's why he's so low. Yeah, I shouldn't care. Level 9? No, level 11. Magic speed, luck and rest. All she gets, but all she needs to, so can't complain. Okay, and here we're talking 11 damage. Silver Axe could also be a bit of a thing like that. Tomorrow additional reinforcements will be arriving shortly. Yeah, and that's where the myth boss is, which is a paladin. He's actually even named, I think. Okay. All things considered, the map went pretty well if it wasn't for the fucking archer. Going against me is the same thing as going against God. Yeah, this guy is, yes. He's pretty insane, to be honest. Yeah, as long as Wendy can take the skill and the experience. Okay, I'll take the strength, definitely. Weapon rank increase, that's C. C. Right. That's the trainee. Meanwhile, Marcus, you know, he's doing his thing. He might not be crazy, but he's doing damage to the boss. I can rely on him to battle a boss. And the boss doesn't even two-shot him, so... like, where's the pain? Oh, oof, okay, I don't remember them coming from there. I might want to escape now. Please Wendy be able to get the kill. Iron Sword breaks. Just in time to give me some trouble there at the end. And yeah, that's the Paladin mini-boss. I really need to get out of here. You can play this chapter more defensively, actually kill the cavalry as they come, but yeah, that's going to be a problem. They are already there. In fact, the Paladin can already go for like... yeah, these people can go for Astol. So it's an 80. Perfect. That's all I needed. Okay, Killer has a chance to kill. It's also more accurate than the Silver. I think I should go for 2 rounds of Killer. Unless I get hit, but I don't. Okay, not having a healer around here is actually pretty nasty. Sue can't do a lot, but she can rescue. So that's nice. Go for it. No crit, but I hit both. Good enough, good enough. Okay, I can rescue Klein out, so I shouldn't have to worry that much. Javelin here doesn't do a lot, right? It's closer than I imagined, but yeah, might have to be a Marcus kill. And my accuracy isn't crazy, but the 60% is what I've been playing at. Okay. Sort of deserve that. Can still survive, so they're fine. Javelin, there are some chances. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Okay. Yeah, approach a bit. Careful with the support. We don't want that to happen, actually. And yeah. Be ready for trouble. That's it, right? Yeah. The bandits keep appearing, but I already took all the villages. I don't have to worry. You might die to Lance if he hits one of his 37s. 1 and 2. He hits the second one. Perfect. You heathen! I represent God! Yeah. It's level 5, I think. Yep. Well, he learned from the best. I might be able to fit some kills to Gonzalez here at the very end. Maybe, God forbid, a Wendy kill? I did give Wendy a Night Kneeler. Not even joking. I have a Night Kneeler on Wendy because I did consider, you know, there's cavalry in this map. They are reinforcements, but they are here. So I could go for that. I think the Myth boss has a silver lance. I mean, I can do whatever I want because at this point, Roy is able to escape immediately. So, right, just to make sure, yes, that's conquer. All the villages have been taken. So, yeah. Well, first of all, my chances here aren't that bad. Roberts. That's true, Roberts. I can go for that. And then I have 15 with not a lot of accuracy. But obviously I'm not getting Roy closer to get that accuracy. I also have... I have a halberd. Ooh, brother. No, I need to do this. I can give the Myth boss kill to Gonzo. This is the play. Come on. There's a 2% chance of crit, but aside from that, he doesn't double. Yeah, because this guy is as slow as Bolt, right? No, actually, he has 14 speed. It's just that it's Gonzalez, so he doesn't get slowed down by the halberd. It's a 44. Yes! He's so fun. Maybe he's not that good. Objectively speaking, he's just so fun. Level 8 already. Yeah, I mean, getting closer to that 13-14 range we talked about. Now, this doesn't do a lot, but I have a Horse Slayer. And I survived both attacks, so kill for Wendy. Level? Almost. And yeah, finally I can even do like a bit of weapon XP and potentially a kill for Astor, I guess. Yeah, I just like the axe weapon XP because we're still on near rank hell. Could be cool to, you know, I'm not planning to use armas or anything crazy. Just would be cool to use something else. You don't kill actually, so yeah, that's about it. I exploited you for experience as much as I wanted. We obviously have to run out. Marcus doesn't have a support yet. But what he can do is go to the storage, remove. Where is it? Oh, no, I already removed it. Angelic Robe. And use it. And he's up to 55 HP. Carlos Sainz number. Very appropriate. Because he got his first podium with Williams this Sunday. So, okay. That's good. That's looking good. That just makes you a lot more tanky. You just went up by 3 speed and 7 HP in a matter of seconds, so that gives you a lot of survivability. Honestly, compared to Lance survivability, you're not that far off. It's true that Lance is almost impossible to double by normal enemies now, but you're doing very well, Marcus. And that's the end. Hero Crest? Oh, true, the Hero Crest. I forgot about that. If you visit all the villages, Hero Crest. Gonzalez. I mean, I guess I don't have to say it at this point, right? Gonzalez is the owner of this Hero Crest. And then we get the Orion Bolt. And I'm actually going to check the... No, there's no conversation. You only get the conversation if you save everyone. Thainy dying is unfortunate, but it's also whatever. Because I've said from the beginning, Thainy, it's a unit I'm really used to, you know, playing with. I think she's incredibly good. I think people have overestimated Thainy for years. And it's still not enough for me. She should be more overestimated because flying movement, 10 chapters of exclusive flying movement. You have to think about that. The game is 23, 24 chapters long. Like maybe goes up to like sort of 30 if you take into account all the, let's say it's 30 because of all the guidance. Thani is the only flyer you have for 10 of those chapters. 11 actually, because there's one guidance. That means more than a third of the total chapters of Binding Blade, and more importantly, the early chapters where maybe your flexibility is a bit more limited, your team composition is more, more similar. Thani is the only flyer you have available. So I love her. I think she's a hell of a unit. I actually married Roy to her on my first Let's Play in this channel, which is something I hadn't ever done. And she ended up being amazing, like almost like a melee delight. But precisely because of that reason, precisely because of using her so much, I think giving her a break and actually using her sister this time could be a good alternative. If I'm not using Milady, I'm not using Thani, and I really don't want to wait for Sis. Out of all people, Sis. This is not the run for Sis to shine. I'm going to be using Tate, and I'm going to check out. I call her Tate sometimes and Thea sometimes. So sorry about that. She might be the character I'm the most insecure about how to name her. I think the official naming now is Thea, but I'm still very, very caught on Tate, just like Thani and Shanna. Well, I don't think we lost that much by losing Thani. I wasn't planning to train her that much. This, if anything, makes it easier to not have to worry a lot about level count for Sakae. Because now that she's dead, I'm pretty sure she doesn't count for Sakae anymore. And while training, Tate goes a bit against Sakae and going Sakae, like Sue has gotten so many levels that it shouldn't really matter. Actual good levels for Marcus there at the very end. Actual good levels for Wendy. Everything going swimmingly. I know this is going to come out as a 3-chapter compendium, and the first 2 chapters I didn't play that well, and I feel like I turtled a little bit, especially in chapter 10, where turtling isn't that necessary. I don't know what I was doing really. But I hope you enjoyed this chapter 11 because I think it came out pretty well. And if I didn't make that mistake, those 2 mistakes with the same archer, it could have been just flawless. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking, subscribing, leaving a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.